never asked for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming after Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why are you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over.
They say legends never die. But what if a secret from the past could bring one down? Because after years of silence, sealed court documents, and a trail of unanswered questions, Jay-Z is being forced to face something even his billions couldn't bury. A 31-year-old man who claims to be his son. And this isn't just internet gossip. The Supreme Court just granted this man the right to demand a paternity test. After over a decade of being ignored, dismissed, and allegedly threatened, he's finally being heard. But here's where it gets darker. The woman who made the claim, Ramir's late mother, was reportedly just 15 when she says Jay-Z, then 22, got her pregnant. If that's true, this isn't just a paternity case. It's the kind of allegation that could torch Jay-Z's legacy from the inside out. And now the whispers are turning into war cries. Beyoncé's allegedly livid. Celebs like 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj are fanning the flames. And Jay-Z? He's been dodging DNA tests for 14 years straight. This might just be the scandal that ends the Carter dynasty. This wasn't some clout-chasing scheme cooked up overnight. Ramir has been fighting this battle since 2010. That's when he first filed a lawsuit in Pennsylvania, asking the court to order a paternity test. And surprisingly, the court agreed. DNA testing was ordered not just for Jay-Z, but also for Ramir and the man listed on his birth certificate. The results came in. Robert wasn't the father. But Jay-Z? He never showed up, never submitted a DNA sample, never responded. And without his participation, the case got tossed out. But Ramir wasn't done. In 2012, he filed again, this time in New Jersey. Jay-Z's legal team hit back hard, claiming the court had no jurisdiction over him because he didn't live, own property, or do business in the state. Ramir's attorneys pushed back, presenting tax and deed records allegedly tying Jay-Z to New Jersey. But Jay's lawyers had an answer for that too. They claimed there was no proof that the Sean Carter listed in those documents was actually Jay-Z. The judge dismissed the case. Again. Then in 2014, Ramir tried one more time. Same claim. Same outcome. Dismissed, with Jay-Z still never taking a test. This wasn't just a paternity dispute anymore. It was a legal marathon. And despite every roadblock, Ramir kept moving forward. His mother passed away in 2016, but before she died, she made a public statement. Jay-Z is Ramir's father. She stood by that claim until the end. Now, Ramir is taking his case all the way to the New Jersey Supreme Court. And for the first time, the court has agreed to listen. Now this is where things go from messy to potentially criminal. According to Ramir, his mother was just 15 years old when Jay-Z allegedly got her pregnant. And Jay-Z? He would have been 22. If true, that's not just controversial, it's a legal landmine. Online, people weren't just speculating anymore. They were connecting the dots, doing the math, calling it what it looked like, a grape situation. And while no criminal charges have ever been filed, that didn't stop the internet from erupting. Especially since this isn't the only time Jay-Z's name has been tied to allegations like this. Just a few months ago, in March, similar claims resurfaced online, and this paternity case only poured gasoline on the fire. Some fans were shocked, others furious, and a growing number of them started asking the same question. If Jay-Z has nothing to hide, why won't he just take the test? To many, the silence spoke louder than any denial ever could. And the more Jay-Z ducked and dodged the courts, the more believable Ramir's story started to sound. Because if the mother really was underage and Jay-Z really was the father, this isn't just a scandal. This is the kind of revelation that could end careers, destroy reputations, and rewrite the history of hip-hop's most powerful couple. And yet, the fire was only just starting to burn. As the case gained traction, Jay-Z didn't just stay silent. He allegedly tried to shut it down completely. According to Ramir and his team, Jay-Z's lawyers filed for a gag order, trying to block him from speaking publicly about the case. And while the order didn't stick, it was clear. Jay-Z wasn't just avoiding a test. He was trying to silence the entire conversation. But the streets were already talking. Industry insiders like Choke No Joke weren't pulling punches. He reposted the story with a chilling message. This is how they'll take Jay-Z off the chessboard. You can call it checkmate. His goose is cooked. He even claimed Diddy might be the one pulling strings behind the scenes. According to the rumor mill, Diddy had once been close with Jay, but after being publicly snubbed, he turned on him. Some even believe Diddy leaked confidential info to help push Ramir's case forward. Whether it's true or not, the theory spread like wildfire. Then came the viral memes. "You are the father" flooded social media. People posted mock-ups of Jay-Z on Maury with captions like, "HOV, your dynasty has expired." And through all of this, Jay-Z remained silent. But silence doesn't stop a tidal wave. It only makes people listen harder. Because if Jay-Z really isn't the father, why go to such extremes to shut Ramir down? Why fight a simple test for over a decade? For years, Ramir's case was ignored, dismissed, or buried in legal technicalities. But now, the New Jersey Supreme Court has officially granted him the right to pursue a paternity test and has ordered Jay-Z to respond. And when that news broke, the internet exploded. But it wasn't just random fans sharing the story. 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj, two of the most influential voices in hip-hop, jumped into the conversation and made sure it went viral. 50 Cent reposted the story with a caption dripping in sarcasm, saying, "Jay-Z is trending because the judge granted Rhee's request. That DNA test finna be crazy." Nicki Minaj? She didn't hold back either. She quote-tweeted the post and added, "Is this why he was trending the other day? I don't know. To God be the glory." But Nicki wasn't just being petty. She's had beef with Jay-Z since her Rock Nation days. According to her, Jay owed her money. A lot of it. And she's been vocal about feeling ripped off. In one tweet, she even joked about using Jay-Z's debt to pay off her fans' student loans. Now, it looked like she was adding fuel to Ramir's fire. And behind the scenes, more voices were chiming in. Industry insiders like Choke No Joke painted this as a calculated takedown, calling it checkmate and claiming Jay-Z's secrets were being used against him. He even implied that Diddy might have been the one who leaked info as revenge. Suddenly, this wasn't just about a paternity test, it was a full-on power struggle playing out in public. And for Jay-Z, it was no longer a private matter. Behind every empire is someone holding it together. And in Jay-Z's case, that's Beyoncé. But according to insiders, even she might be losing her grip. Sources close to the Carter camp claim that Beyoncé is furious over the court's decision to move forward with Ramir's case. Not just because of the scandal, but because it could unravel everything they've built. The image, the brand, the dynasty. And now, word is, she's considering delaying the release of her long-anticipated tell-all memoir, a project she's reportedly been working on for over a decade. Insiders say the book was supposed to be the definitive narrative. Her story, her voice, her truth. But this new twist? It's forcing her to rewrite chapters. The book was already expected to touch on Jay-Z's rumored infidelity, Solange's infamous elevator fight with him, and other family dramas. But now, Beyoncé is reportedly under pressure to address the love child rumors too. Something she's kept out of the spotlight for years. And people are already speculating that Beyoncé is preparing to jump ship, that she's ready to protect her legacy, even if it means separating herself from Jay. After all, her silence speaks volumes. And if the test comes back positive, that silence could turn into something no one saw coming. As the case gained traction, Jay-Z didn't just stay silent. He allegedly tried to shut it down completely. According to Ramir and his team, Jay-Z's lawyers filed for a gag order, trying to block him from speaking publicly about the case. And while the order didn't stick, it was clear. Jay-Z wasn't just avoiding a test. He was trying to silence the entire conversation. But the streets were already talking. Industry insiders like Choke No Joke weren't pulling punches. He reposted the story with a chilling message. This is how they'll take Jay-Z off the chessboard. You can call it checkmate. His goose is cooked. He even claimed Diddy might be the one pulling strings behind the scenes. According to the rumor mill, Diddy had once been close with Jay, but after being publicly snubbed, he turned on him. Some even believe Diddy leaked confidential info to help push Ramir's case forward. Whether it's true or not, the theory spread like wildfire. Then came the viral memes. "You are the father" flooded social media. People posted mock-ups of Jay-Z on Maury with captions like, "HOV, your dynasty has expired." And through all of this, Jay-Z remained silent. But silence doesn't stop a tidal wave. It only makes people listen harder. Because if Jay-Z really isn't the father, why go to such extremes to shut Ramir down? Why fight a simple test for over a decade? At this point, it's not just about DNA. It's about what Jay-Z's silence says to the world. Because Ramir has said it again and again. He's not after money. He's not writing books. He's not trying to land a reality show or cash in on Jay-Z's name. He just wants the truth. That's it. He's already taken a DNA test with the man listed on his birth certificate, and it came back negative. The paper trail points to a different reality. The whispers never stopped. And now that the court is finally listening, people are asking the one question Jay-Z seems to avoid. Why not just take the test? If Ramir's telling the truth, this changes everything. Not just for Jay-Z, but for the entire Carter brand, Roc Nation, Beyoncé, their kids, their legacy. Because a confirmed love child, born from an underage relationship, that's not just bad press. That's empire ending. And even if Jay-Z wins in court, the court of public opinion is another beast entirely. This is about more than paternity. It's about power, silence, and the pressure to protect an image, even if it means burying the truth. And Ramir? He's no longer a shadow on the sidelines. He's the man standing in front of a billion-dollar wall, refusing to back down. So, what if Ramir is telling the truth? What if the court orders the test and it comes back positive? What happens when the world finds out that hip-hop's most iconic mogul has a son he's been dodging for over 3 decades? A son whose mother was allegedly just 15 when it all began. Jay-Z built an empire on authenticity, growth, and power. But if this story checks out, that foundation cracks. The Carter name becomes a symbol of deception instead of dominance. The dynasty that inspired millions could fall, not because of a rival, not because of failure, but because of a secret he refused to face. And maybe that's what makes this story so haunting. Because even now, after lawsuits, dismissals, public pleas, and media storms, one question still hasn't been answered. Why won't Jay-Z take the test? Whether he's the father or not, this case exposes something deeper. The lengths powerful people go to protect their image, and the quiet resilience of those who just want the truth. Ramir isn't a tabloid headline. He's a man who lost his mother, lost his peace, and has spent 15 years chasing a simple answer. And now, with the court watching, the public waiting, and the pressure rising, Jay-Z's next move might just define the rest of his legacy.